Hello everybody, welcome back to another session of Rise of the Ordning. I'm so excited that y'all are here. If you're joining us on Twitch, hello, lovely to see you. Remember to snag your bingo card with exclamation point bingo. If you're joining us on YouTube, thanks for stopping by. I'll drop the bingo link in the description in case you want to play along with us. Even you can hop in Discord and redeem stuff, I don't care. So if you want to play, you're more than welcome to play, but if you want to hang out with us live, we stream Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then this session will go up the following Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, so on the Muse's Mythos YouTube channel. So come hang out for those, but without further ado, we are going to hop right on into this session today. So, last we left off, the group was continuing their mission for giant relics to bring the Oracle of the Eye, to bring to the Oracle in the Eye of the Allfather. There we go. With the 2 of 5 in hand, the group had escaped pursuing barbarians, made a little friend, and then gotten hunted by said barbarians for their thievery. After killing some aggressive pursuers in the, Black Crow clan and having a conversation with the less aggressive wolf tribe, they passed off their buddy Orok to his new home and family. They then arrived at Morgur's Mound, shaped like the remains of an ancient beast with very large bones protruding, and spent hours excavating, finding several magic items before locating the giant relic, a spear tip, that they were looking for. Unfortunately, it awoke giant bone guardians. Fortunately, some quick spell work revealed their aggressive pursuit to the person holding the relic, who happened to be Zari, who also happened to have a flying broom. By flying upwards, the bone guardians congregated underneath, as they are not dumb or not smart and on a mission, and the group was able to pick them off with some spells. Moving on, the group continued, traveled several days through the north of Aetherfold, and continued to Fireshear, a mining town in the mountains, right on the border of Aetherfold, but considered part of Falor. The town was uncharacteristically quiet, and our group investigated to find that the townspeople had been raided and trapped in the mines to die via starvation by the group of fire giants who had raided them. You heard this information through the gossip of 2 dude bro fire giants. Nyx used a well-placed enemies abound, and with nobody else around visible, the charmed one killed the other one in a very emotional battle. When the spell dropped, Nyx butchered the remaining one over his friend's dead body for the hurt and intent on the townspeople. The group was met by Dashara and her griffin Screecher, who had intended to help with the fire giants, but now was not needed. She led them to where the villagers were trapped, and the group freed everyone. Dashara allowed the group to rest at her keep, where she raises griffins, and they met some interesting mercenaries who she hired. Zari interviewed them, Nyx ignored them, Komori snuggled griffins, and Ravasi seemed to have a connection with one, who recognized him and passed on a token. The group then resupplied and left Fireshear the next morning, traveling the week to Beorunna's well. Successfully navigating through the now kind of wooded area of Aetherfold, in between the woods and the mountains, you made your way to Beorunna's well, which is an ice-cold cavern whose ceiling is partially open to the sky. We jump back in now as our group is approaching quietly, surrounded by the fragrant pines and illuminated by the early setting sun. The large cavern opening is roughly circular in shape, about 100 feet across, and over a snowy grove of trees about 200 feet down below. You see firelight twinkling off to kind of the northeast side of the well, just like flashes of light here and there, but the rest is hard to make out. You see several well-used ropes that are tied to rocks and trees, dropping into the sunken center grove. How would you like to proceed?
Does anybody have a particular way that they're wanting to go about this?
No.
Cool.
I can't say I really do.
I will just kind of pat Mippet and send her forward to scout then, using her senses.
Okay. I will allow you to either choose to make a perception check as you with disadvantage or a perception check as Mippet. And also, just for those who are listening and know the rules of Tressum, I rule that Tressum have dark vision because I think it's stupid that cats don't have dark vision. So Tressum have dark vision. Don't at me. So,
I'm gonna do.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Great, but for 3, I'm gonna do disadvantage with myself because I have a +11 and she has a +5.
Okay.
So as a
Okay. So, as you are kind of flying Mippet around, you see she kind of like drops down below and sticks towards the ceiling. So, she's roughly like 200 feet in the air. You see that this cavern opens up into kind of a large triangular area, and you feel the temperature warms as she kind of gets underneath the ground. To the northwest, you see a spring that is slightly trickling and echoing throughout the chamber. To the northeast corner, up on a ledge, is several tents, as well as various small wooden structures. You see a couple of tents. Oh, sorry, not tents. A couple of fires with figures around them. And to the south, you see several ledges that lead to a large stone altar, surrounded by 2 huge totems that are topped with different feline-like skulls. If you would like to know more information as to what felines they are, they're very decidedly different, but you are welcome to make a nature check as you.
Absolutely, I'll make a nature check. Let's see, +5. Ugh.
They look like large cat skulls.
Yeah,
Oh,
big cat.
I'm silly. I should send Morgan in with you.
That would be helpful. More eyes are better.
Okay. Go ahead. You can make a perception check as yourself with disadvantage, or make a perception check for your burb.
Actively gonna be doing verb.
Okay.
By the way, remember it's gonna be. It might yell like owl. It is not owl.
We should make a separate little guy. We're doing owl stats. You have advantage on sight checks.
You're right. Also
Okay.
14.
So I imagine what happens is they kind of like split up, and as they're like looking, and as they kind of meet back together, you get about the same information, Ravasi. You do see several stalagmites that jut from the ground, and the sunken grove in the center, covered in snow in that like one circular area. But as they kind of meet back in the middle, Mippet can't contain herself, and she like kind of tackles Morgan, and they both like are flying up in a little bit of a flurry of animals.
Shit!
As they
Mippet.
like crash into you. Yeah, Mippet crashes into you, and then you like manage to pull Morgan away.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, are we?
If you would like, I'm going to actually, now that I've described it, I will show you the map of what it is. It is a huge map, because, and as you zoom in, it may get a little bit blurrier because it was like originally the 50-foot map, and I said, hard no, we are not dealing with 50 feet big maps. So I just added way more squares.
Do we want to take chances and see if we can talk to any of the folks here and convince them? I'll look at you, Ravasi.
It couldn't hurt.
Okay.
What's the worst that happened? We chit-chat with them, we take their stuff, we get chased again, and then we either murder them all or convince them that we're not worth killing.
Yep, either we kill them or we don't, I suppose.
Worst
Do we
case scenario. Or we all die, but I don't suspect that's happening. I think Komori would rather raise us back from the dead somehow than murder our son. Or Nyx would get to that first.
Alrighty, what language do they speak? Or is it its own thing?
It seemed like several of both of the tribes you've interacted with do speak common. But they also do speak their own like specific language. Komori knows like words here and there, but doesn't seem to fully know the language.
Gotcha. I guess I will start drafting a very simple letter then.
Okay. Are you guys sneaking in, or are you drafting a letter first?
Nyx, Komori, do you have opinions on this, or am I just climbing down and hoping for the best?
Oh, I was scrolled up on stealth checks. I was so confused. Oh my gosh, I was like, you guys rolled stealth checks. I didn't hear that you were going down there, but okay. I was so confused.
Also, Kenny, if you're talking, you're muted.
God damn it.
I was like, Kenny's shocking.
I wasn't even saying anything, but I was muted. So technically, I would like to. Is my space in the middle of the bingo card for the free space?
No.
Nope.
But it varies depending.
It might as well be, yeah.
They all shuffle. There's no free space.
Oh. No, I am the free space, let's be honest. I can admit my wrongdoings. Anyway.
Are you okay with the try talking first?
I mean, let's be honest. We probably already know how this is gonna end.
Doesn't necessarily mean that we have to, like, what is it, comply in advance? That's what my mother says.
I don't fully know, but look at the important thing. I guess, yeah, if we try, fine. Whatever works. I like I said, I get the feeling we already know where it's gonna go, and normally I'd be like, well, let's just cut to the chase. But hey,
Well,
if we want to try it first, that's fine. I'm not complaining.
well, I mean, we could try the get in, get out method.
Well, like I said, we can. I know sometimes it can work. I will admit that. I'm just not sure about right now.
Nyx, do you have opinions?
No, I'm sure you guys are gonna fuck it up one way or another.
Your faith in us is so heartwarming.
And
Makes me want to cry. Alright then. I think we head down and we just kind of do what we need to do. And if people approach us, I'm going to pretend to be a very lost tourist, and you will all play along.
who would be touristing out here?
I'm gonna look at you, Tazira, up and down. I think you'll do a wonderful job.
I'm not touristing, I'm making a dissertation. There's a difference.
Uh-huh.
It's called field work.
Uh-huh. And what's the difference? Writing it down?
Yes!
There's not much of a difference.
Tazira looks like very offended, but it's not on a serious level.
Alrighty, let's go.
Okay. Are you scaling down? So there are ropes here. They look to be pretty well anchored. I'd say like during that time, Komori could have easily checked to make sure. They look to be pretty well anchored and they seem to drop like right along. So if you're looking at the very blurry map, this whole circle of snow is kind of the opening. And the ropes seem to drop right here.
Yeah, I also pulled up the map that you sent in Roll20 up on a different screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys can climb down. You are free climbing ropes, however. So, everybody who is climbing down can give me an athletics check. You know what? I don't believe that rope climbing is all strength. I think that you could do acrobatics as well if you, like, wrap yourself up a little bit and kind of roll down.
Thank you, DM.
I will roll with the athletics
Fuck
and
this.
hope I don't die.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
Tazira,
All right,
are you
now the
flying?
first.
Are you flying
Yeah,
down?
I'm using my broom, yes.
Shit.
Now the first thing about rope safety is, and then Ravasi just wee.
Yeah.
Rossi goes, I've done stuff with ropes before.
And then, like, immediately slides down. Both you and Nyx, you guys are kind of, like, climbing down, and you get about, this is, like, about 100 feet. So it's not, it's substantial. Luckily, you have kind of, like, anchored yourself pretty well. Komori, you're doing great. And both Nyx and Ravasi, you guys get down about, like, 30 to 40 feet, and then you slip quite a bit. You get a ton of rope burn on your hands. But I will let you guys both roll me a dexterity saving throw to try to catch yourself. Okay. That is enough, so you do not fall and take fall damage, but you do take 3 points of, we'll call it bludgeoning, rope burn damage.
Pain.
And you make a bit of noise.
Shit. Fuck. Ow.
Tazira, you're noticing as you're flying down and you get a bit closer, you kind of are like circling the wagon a bit as you're flying down. And you see that over here, buried in snow, is what appears to be kind of a figure that seems to be sleeping. It definitely looks like an Uthgar barbarian. Seems to be sleeping in the snow, and your party is making a bit of noise.
As I just do the finger to my mouth.
However, it is about 80 feet away, and you guys rolled decent enough on your dexterity saving throws that you didn't fall. So, let me see. I will roll to see if this guy hears with disadvantage because he is sleeping, and he does not hear. So, the group has made their way onto the ground. You are all in this area by Tazira. Right at the edge of the rope.
Out of trace.
Okay. Immediately as you hit the ground, Tazira, like, rushes in, and the spell kind of, like, comes around you all.
Alrighty. Let's be quick about this.
Ravasi's still doing, like, the...
Yep.
like, blowing on his hands, like, oh.
Be in pain quietly.
I don't think it's possible for anyone.
Be in pain quietly. You sound like my dad. Oh my gosh.
I'll roll my eyes and start walking.
For the sake of this, I will assume that you guys are whispering. You do not need to whisper.
Beautiful.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Okay. So, where are you guys heading? And also, even though this is a very large map, I will not be necessarily, if something breaks out, actually no. Nope, we're playing token rules. So wherever your token is wherever you are. So if something breaks out, if your character was poking around in the back, and you were just signifying it rather than taking a chance to say it, I'm going to count that. So, Nyx and Komori, please drop your character tokens near your party, please, and thank you.
Well, we should probably
Okie
go
dokie.
look at that altar, right?
Yeah, or the polls. So let's get going.
Well, they're next to each other, so I presume we're doing this stealthily, and
Hopefully.
alright then. Well, it's what? Past without trace is what? Plus 10 to stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 10, everybody stay within 30 feet of me, please.
I'm rolling,
Alright.
like, Sly is rolling like ass tonight.
Did you talk to yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh no, Nyx.
Oh no.
I'm going to replace that with a 3. It's not
Don't-
significantly better, but it's up to a 10 now. So 20.
Make it a 15.
Mine's a 9, not a 10, but yeah.
Yeah. Oop. So a 19 now.
I have rolled so many 4s today.
Thank
It
God.
hurts.
A grace.
Okay. So, fortunately for you, this is a group stealth check. Unfortunately for you, you all rolled kind of average or ass. However, fortunately, you have the strength of distance. So, at the moment, it does not seem like anything has spotted or heard you.
Gotcha. Let's start walking.
Uh-huh. Oh, token, come on, stop being a bastard. There we go.
Let me get my cat.
Okay. As you guys are continuing to go, I'm assuming Mippet is kind of like flying around and checking things out. You guys are heading towards the altar. As you get closer, you see that there's a well-worn path in the ground from the east side, kind of approaching up here. And that there is a small ledge. There is like a couple of ladders placed up here for the barbarians to climb up. And you do see those two very large totems.
Gotcha.
Nick,
Yeah,
come on!
Oh my gosh, this map. I'm sorry, chat. I'm scrolling around, and the map's real big.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you guys get up to the ladders and kind of are poking around. Go ahead and make perception checks as you're staring kind of uphill here.
I'm real good at these guys. Don't worry.
Casual 30.
Okay.
Damn, must be nice.
Komori and Ravasi. Komori, you're kind of like watching the back and you don't see much happening up there. Nyx, you're pretty sure that there's nobody up near the altar. Tazira, you're positive there's nobody up near the altar.
I just slipped on the ladder and almost ate wood. And not the way I want to.
Oh.
You just see
God.
Tazira just snirk at it. Just a... There's no one up there. Let's go.
I don't deserve this.
I don't know.
Okay, you guys climb the ladder to the first area, kind of poke around for a little bit, get closer to the totems. Anybody who's getting closer, except for Tazira, because you already tried, go ahead and roll me a nature check if you want to see what animals there are, but there is another couple of ladders over here, too.
Yep. Up. Sure, why not?
I am not
Worst
that
can
not too
happen.
smart. Boop.
I only roll even numbers. 8, 14, 8, 12, 12.
That's the kind of hilarious. Komori, you haven't hung around large feline creatures, like, at all. So you're not even sure they're feline skulls. You just think there's big skulls at the top of these totems. Ravasi, you've seen bones of animalistic natures pretty often, so I would say that you recognize that they're large cats. You can't quite get exactly what species, but you know that one of them is very lion-like, and one of them is very tiger-like.
This does not fill me with confidence.
Well, let's hopefully not have to fight who killed those skulls.
Big cat. Big cat.
Very big cat. What kind of cat?
Lion? Maybe a tiger? No bears, though.
Oh.
I don't think we are meant to find bears here, so.
Oh, none of you have ever, none of you have ever read that book or seen the play, The Witch of Paul?
Oh, yes! Oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've watched that.
I mean,
Yeah, The Witch of Laws.
I
Yeah,
haven't heard of
that's
that.
the name of it.
But
It was originally a book.
I was going to say, I wrestled the bear once.
Somehow this surprises me even less.
Indeed.
Well, anyway, let's go look at an altar and steal another object.
Indeedy. Does anybody else have detect magic? Because I am currently focused on people not seeing us.
Nope.
Baller.
No, the closest I have is Detect Fist, and I always have one on me.
Komori made a joke?
That you do, Komori.
If you guys are stationary now. So if you guys want to take a couple minutes to try to find like good hiding spots before the magic drops, you are more than welcome to.
Yippee!
Could I also attempt to do like just like an arcana, for lack of better term?
No. Maybe, I mean, you can. You can try.
Like, I guess my question is like, without having to like cast detect magic, essentially trying to like sense the. You don't have weave. Weave isn't canonical in this world.
No, I've used the term, but like, okay, so here's the deal. I'll let you roll. I'm just telling you that you're not going to be able to essentially detect magic without a detect magic spell.
Okay. I have a +2 to this, guys. I haven't rolled above a 12. Hell yeah!
Whoa.
Yeah, there's an altar. There's some creepy skulls staring at you.
My mother would really like this place.
I've heard a lot of concerning things about your family. Anyways,
How are they concerning? You know what? We don't have time for this right now. Just ignore that. I'm gonna hide behind the altar.
Cool. You guys also find good places, and I guess I'll cast detect magic.
Okay. So, as you cast detect magic, as the group kind of all hides down. So first, everybody re-roll your stealth checks for me, please, and thank you, without the +10.
Oh no.
I finally rolled decent!
Yippee!
Fuck.
Again, it is a group stealth check. And so what happens is Komori's hiding, and she's like hiding behind this totem. She's too buff to hide behind the totem. And so Ravasi, you like come out and you just like grab her by the ear and tug her around to the other side of the altar.
Yep, I'm like, come on, just get over here. You're too
sorry.
large.
I'm sorry.
You're too large.
I'm sorry.
Don't need
It's
to
not my fault.
apologize. Everything comes with pluses and minuses. Get over here.
Nyx, that kind of leaves you to keep guard, so go ahead and roll me a perception check while they do their magic-y stuff.
Do you want me to hide behind the pole? I'm skinny enough for this.
Okay.
I didn't think it was paper thin.
Okay, next, I'm keeping your 16 in mind. So, it takes, are you just casting Detect Magic right away to Zyra, or are you ritual casting it?
Yeah, I'm casting it.
Okay. So you hard cast the magic, and as, oh, it clicked away from my thing when I wanted it to be
People
on.
mark
That's
off you
fine.
can try on your bingo cards.
Oh, you're right. I did say you can try. You can mark that off on bingo cards, indeed. So, as you kind of are casting the spell, underneath the large stone block of the altar, which, by the way, is covered in blood. It like has like super dried blood on it. You don't see any bones or any like remaining parts or animal parts, but it is definitely has like dried blood on it. But you see a little ping. Actually, it's a pretty large ping, because if you recall, this is a giant horn. And it is a very large ping, almost immediately nestled underneath this like 9-foot long stone block.
Score. Okay. And Zyra's gonna. Okay, there's something underneath here. Let's start digging.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start digging as quietly as I can. I'm gonna recast Pass Without Trace so that we're not creating sound.
Okay.
And I've got an hour of that while I start to rapidly mold earth as quick as I can.
I have horrible news for you. You mold earth and you immediately hit stone. And it is like nestled right underneath the altar. So you can't like dig to the side with mold earth.
Komori, push it.
Got it.
DM,
And
Yep.
she's
Can
just
I-
gonna do the neck crack and get in there.
can I help so that Komori gets advantage on this?
So
Yep, I'm gonna cast this.
this is like a gigantic stone altar. So essentially you're going to need 110% definitely more than just Komori pushing on this. Komori can lead it, and what we will do is we will let you roll with advantage, and you need to succeed on 5 athletic checks.
Okay.
And so you're racing against time and noise.
Well, I can Bardic inspo stuff.
I was gonna say, if it's cool, I can burn a rage and maybe they can help in other ways.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. So just a reminder how rage works. If you are not attacked nor attack every round, you will have to re-rage for the advantage.
I can punch you.
Yeah, but Ravasi could punch you for 1 HP to keep your rage up if you want.
And then I can Bardic you as a bonus action. This works perfectly.
Nix, we need
Wait
your
a minute,
help.
hold on. This works.
Perfect.
And
Zyra.
I would say we've healed since the last time we did it.
Oh, you guys have long rested. It's been like
Okay.
It's been like a week.
I want to make sure because my HP was like still at like whatever it was before, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, you guys have
Okay.
long rested for sure. Zyra, what were you saying to Nyx?
Nix, we need your muscles too.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so what is the plan? Komori's raging.
Yep.
Ravasi, you're gonna use your turn essentially to punch to keep the rage up. Slaps ass to keep the rage up. Chat says, I'm sorry. Normally I don't read chat out loud, but that one cracks me up so bad.
Honestly,
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
Jeepers. Just a good job, champ. Keep up the good work.
I mean, what's funny is that
I
could
love
work
you.
as a punch and a bardic inspiration.
Also, this bad girl just has so much anger. Slaps ass.
So how many bardic inspirations do you have? And are you
So
willing to burn? Because this is going to require, as I said, 5 checks.
So I have 5, but they last for 10 minutes, so Komori doesn't need to use them
Okay.
unless she fails. So, like, that doesn't mean I have to use one for each one.
Okay. Sounds good. If so, you're adding guidance to Zyra. And also I imagine Mipet's keeping watch, so go ahead and roll me a perception check for Mipet. I see her over there. Nyx, do you have a way to contribute to this, or do you want to just assist in pushing?
I will just pretend to help push.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. You need to succeed in 5 athletics checks with a DC of 20. I'll just tell you. Before you fail 5 athletics checks with it. So you need to get 5 successes before you get 5 failures.
Okay. So then would Nyx... Well, you're already getting advantage from the strength rolls. Okay.
Which athletics is?
I will say that Nyx can negate noise happening. So Nyx can kind of be like circling around and like helping with rocks falling and things like that as well. And I would give like a Nyx, if you want to roll just like a generic dexterity check, sleight of hand check, whichever. And we'll use that as like I'll let it add 1 to each of these rolls.
Okay, so roll 1 now.
Yes, roll 1 now and it'll count for this whole thing. Perfect. That is high enough. So you can get a +1 bonus from Nyx, just generally as she's kind of like catching rocks and shit.
Cool.
Okay.
Right.
So basically, have advantage, have guidance from Zyra.
And if you choose to
And
add it, you can add Bardic Inspiration and a +1.
Yep. Which is a D6. And then I imagine I am just like punching. Yeah, I'm probably going for your ass because everything else I don't want to smack because it's busy working.
That sounds about right.
Push from your glutes.
For once, the ass isn't working on Komori, huh?
Okay, Komori.
All right. So, first athletics.
Success without the with the D4 that you don't have to roll.
Second one.
Success. Wow. Okay.
Hell
Without
yeah.
the D4 even. Oh my gosh, you're rolling
Hell yeah, brother.
Komori does not need your help. Oh, here we go.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay. So you get 15 from Nyx. Roll your D4 for guidance.
16.
It's a D6 from me.
Okay, so you need a 6 or higher.
So literally have to roll max.
No, sorry, you need a 4 or higher. Okay.
Okay.
15 plus 2 plus 5. Yep, you definitely get it there. Okay, so what happens is, Komori, how are you feeling in this moment? You've encountered so many of these barbarian tribes, some of them decent, others making blood sacrifices. How do you feel? What is empowering your rage as you very evidently and angrily shove this altar?
I think for Komori, it's just like she's finally having a bit more understanding of what these folks have gone through, and that she's not necessarily alone, but at the same time, she still somewhat is, because no one else has been exactly like her. To where it's not just one animal, but like an amalgamation. And it's that frustration and almost like the hatred towards the giants for whatever might be going on for this. And just every single like push, every like even punch is just like everything is just getting into her for all this. Like, if she even gets to the point where she is punching this thing through, and like even her knuckles start bleeding a bit.
Yes. And this is not an easy feat. As you continue to push and shove, her muscles are bulging. And, like, as you watch this, even with all of you helping and buffing up Komori and assisting in this endeavor, this is insane feat of strength that is fueled by rage of ages. And the stone begins to shove and to break around the altar. And Nyx, at the end, you're, like, beginning to, support some of it that's, like, crackling off, that's hurting your muscles a bit. And Komori begins to tire a little on the last one. And then she gives it this final push, and you watch as Tizira's guidance lights her up, as well as flame bursts around Komori, as just like the little last bit of assistance allows her to shove it. And the pass without a trace saves you, as like you feel the reverberation and the ground shake around you, and then you see the like a little bubble area just like light up for a second and come back down as you look down below, and in this space beneath the altar is a huge horn.
Into the bag.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. Okay. With that, as you guys, Komori, you have to take a second to breathe, and then you're the only one who's gonna be able to, like, lift this into the bag. You jump down in there, Ravasi kind of opens the bag and, like, holds it up just like you did with the, last large pivot, the last large artifact, and you shove it into the bag, scraping along the stone. Tizira, you're starting to get nervous because even with your pass without a trace, even with Nyx's efforts to, like, stop it, this made noise.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go.
Yep.
You lift the bag up, put a hand down to pull up Ravasi and Komori, and Mipit kind of trills. She begins to see torches that are lighting up over by the tents.
Gotcha. Let's stick to the other wall and move quickly and move in the shadows. We need to sneak. They're coming near here.
Okay. Are you moving fast or are you stealthing?
What do you guys think?
Stealth, and then
Stealth.
I should keep myself close to you in case if we do need to run. I should probably just.
Yep.
Yep. Hopefully pass without trace.
Yep, you still have pass without a trace. You can re-roll. Okay, so we have
I'm out with a 6.
Okay.
Damn you, Nick.
Okay, so what happened is, Tizira, you have a 25, Ravasi is a 19, Komori has a 21. Nyx, just kind of like coming behind, is... I'm sorry, Shorty, I'm doing this to your character because I think it's funny. You're still, like, holding some of the rocks that you were catching, and you're just like, okay, gotta go, and you start, like, running a little bit, and then you, like, trip as the group is stealthing, and then go, oh shit, I'm still holding rocks, and, like, drop all of the rocks, and Tizira just, like, points her finger at it, and the familiar light energy catches the rocks and gracefully sets them down, as your nat 1 turns into a 16 for a 26. So everybody has a 19 or higher. Mipit takes off towards the ceiling, and she is watching, and occasionally you get little trills that are, like, matching where the people are coming, and watching the torches, and where the torches are, to Zyra, as you guys stealth along the side. You do manage to get to here. You manage to get quite a bit, so you can continue pretty far.
Awesome. Oop.
And to Zyra, your passive perception is ridiculous. So you notice that as you kind of get here, oh, you can't see in the dark. Never mind. Roll me a perception check for Mippet.
Gotcha. Meep beat.
Holy
Damn!
crap, Mippet. Okay.
No, my passive.
So,
Fuck off,
Mippet, kind of is circling around your head and is keeping an eye, and she sees, like, all of the stuff, and you're kind of at a point where you're matched with the torches, so the torches are, like, about halfway towards the altar. It looks to be about 3. And then Mippet kind of trills and looks forward and points forward, and you can't see anything, but you snap up into her eyes for a second, and you see over here in this area what kind of looked to be a pile of dirt. Seems to be a nest, as a large creature of brown feathers and scales turns his head up and opens his mouth and yawns. This huge creature that definitely has wings. And it seems to be waking up after hearing some sort of ruckus here.
Oh, we're fucked. There's something that can fly, and it's big, and it's a beast, and it's in front of us.
So it's over kind of by the spring. So sort of back in the back corner. So just depending on how you guys do here with some of your checks, that is a possibility.
Okie dokie, we need to cut through and start moving quick.
Got it.
Okay. So, moving fast, you guys do make it to the end of the rope. How are you climbing up?
I'm getting on the broom.
Yep, I'm putting him on the broom.
Okay, the broom can take 2. So Komori and Nyx will have to free climb unless you have a different way to ascend 100 feet.
Well, how big is the broom again?
You can only seat 2 on the broom.
I know,
Yeah.
but could, depending on how quick the broom is, could she drop me off and then go back down and pick someone else up? Like,
It'll
partially.
be 30 feet. Because I'm assuming we are over 200 pounds combined.
Yeah, so it's moving
Yeah,
halved. So it would take, 1, 2, 3 and a half. It would take like the equivalent of 7 rounds, for her to fly up and back down.
Well, she'd be quicker on the way back down.
You make a valid point. It would take, oh gosh, you're making me do crazy math right now. It would take the equivalent of like, we'll say 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I actually have a climbing speed.
Okay. Well then,
Or, Komori, you could probably piggyback Nyx up this rope.
You know what? I probably could.
It would take a very much higher DC, but you could probably piggyback Nyx up the rope if you want to try.
I'm gonna slap you on the ass. You have another Bardic. I believe in you.
I'll slap you on the other cheek and give you guidance.
And I'm just gonna quickly go, why are you both slapping my ass?
I've literally been doing it for the last... Never mind.
Nyx, are
in danger.
you going to jump onto Komori's back?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
All right, let's go. And I was gonna say, I actually don't need the rope. I have an actual climbing speed.
Well, no, this is free hanging. There's no wall here.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the opening.
That is my bad.
Right here. Oh, I just realized chat can't see shit. This is the opening kind of right on the Sunken Grove area. And there's ropes just like free hanging.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's do it to it. I know I'm out of my range, and it's athletics.
Yep, athletics. You can add a D6 and a D4.
Okay. This is just straight. No advantage, because I don't think I should range. Well, you know what? We're already here. Why not? Might as well rage.
Okay.
Nyx gets on, Komori just goes... and starts, like, sprinting up the rope.
Wow, that's hilarious. Okay, I'm still gonna roll everything.
It was meant to be.
Apparently, oh.
Hey, it's a D6. Minimum you get dirty 20, which is still good.
Okay.
Okay. The DC was, in fact, another dirty 20.
Hell yeah,
for
brother.
you guys to be able to do it quietly. So what happens is Ravasi and Tazira take off, flying up through the air, free flying. Mipid is kind of flying over in the northern area, pretty confident that the barbarians are not going to be able to see you, and is watching the creature just like very slowly against the ground. And Ravasi, you look back and watch as Komori, no legs, just arm over arm, with Nyx dangling from her back, just hauls both of their weights up this rope absolutely silently.
You know, why is this the thing that truly makes me afraid of her?
I don't know, but I agree. This does.
Like, don't get me wrong, this is very impressive, but I am also, want to pee my pants a little.
Also, this is how you be in pain and silence, Ravasi. And I'll point to Komori. I know that's not comfortable.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna buy her ale next time I can.
Yeah.
You're muted, honey.
Oh no.
God damn it. I was dealing with a fly in my room. It's big
Oh,
and ugly.
poor buddy.
What were you saying, or were you just yelling at the fly?
I mean, technically, I was yelling at the fly. However, I will just be like, all right, are we good to go or what? What are you guys talking about even?
Just keep calm.
As you guys all kind of come on the top there, Mipid is watching, perched on the top of a stalactite, and Tazira, you pop back in, and it seems like this creature did not notice you, and like kind of yawns again, his mouth opening, and as it opens, it's like the fearsome like cat, huge open. You see jaws, these ginormous jaws with so many teeth, and Mipid kind of like shakes a little bit as it closes its mouth and like puts his head back down and goes back to sleep. Well done, guys. You have escaped Beorunna as well with the horn. Now granted, you have a sneaking suspicion that within a couple seconds here, the barbarians will notice what you have done. So how are you
Run.
getting away?
Run.
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 Okay, so you take off through the forest.
Trace is still up.
Okay, Pass Without a Trace is still up. You are not leaving any marks, thank goodness. I was about to ask what you do with your tracks. As you guys begin to run through the forest, heading north, I'm going to make 2 rolls quickly. You begin to hear a commotion behind you as the barbarians seem to have noticed what is happening. You hear a loud bark. Not bark, but like somebody's barking orders, and like lots of noise is happening. And as you begin to tear through the woods, you do hear several of them begin to ascend behind you, but you're moving quietly, you're moving quickly, there's no tracks for them to follow. And after about 30 minutes of moving swiftly through the forest, not leaving a single trace through the snow and the branches, you don't hear any pursuit. Well done, guys! And I think with that, we are going to take a early break today. So we will be back in about 5 minutes. Make sure you stand up, stretch, get some water, run to the bathroom, and we will see you all shortly. Hello, and welcome back, everybody, from your lovely little break. We are going to dive right back in. So, right where we picked off, you guys have managed to escape. You hear the sound fading behind you as you continue through the forest, going north, probably roughly about an hour or so before the Pass Without a Trace fall off. And just knowing things and being smart, you guys continue well into the evening, so probably about 2 or 3 a.m.-ish before it gets too cold and you stop and make camp to put as much distance between you and the well as possible, because you know that they will be searching around. You manage to kind of set up camp and do a little bit more of a careful area, backtracking, brushing away some of your footsteps. Is there anything that you would like to do in response to getting this item and everything that transpired in this moment?
I'll identify it.
Okay. As you identify it, this is one of those items. As you kind of look at it more, you notice that it seems to be made of the tusk of a mammoth, and it's engraved with images of giants battling dragons. You don't recognize any of the dragon figures. Roughly a year ago, you were told that not all dragons look the same, and were told, like, how to identify different dragons and everything. And this is a huge thing. It weighs about 250 pounds, but it seems to be one of those magic items that radiates energy, but does not seem to be innately magical anymore.
Gotcha.
And you definitely need Komori's help to get it back into the bag of holding.
Bold of you to assume I got it fully out in the first place. I got just enough out to identify it.
Yeah, fair. Valid.
Well, good job, everybody. That was bloodless.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
We got all 4 of them. I honestly didn't expect it to be this.
Don't say it.
You still have one more, just a reminder.
Well, I mean... No, don't we have all 4?
You're supposed to get 5.
Ah, balls.
There's one more. Remember, there was 4 locations, 5 relics. You got 2 at the first location, and you need to get 5 total. So there's one more location that you do need to go to.
Yep. The broken shield of the frost giant is what we need to get.
Yep. I was expecting this to take... I was expecting this to be a lot more painful. Is that fair? Is this... Like, this is a thing for fate. Very evil, very bad. The world could end if we don't do this. Yada yada yada.
I mean, I don't think it'll end. I think we'll just have a shit ton of giant problems forever. Or until they figure out the ordning.
So giant problem. You all don't understand good humor when they hit you in the face. Anyway.
There was humor to that?
Do you know what the pun is?
Yeah?
I just made it.
Oh, I get it.
See?
I suppose it's a giant problem in both meanings of the word.
Mm-hmm. DM, could we go back to the map?
Yes, you can, indeedy. So, I assume you want your zoomed-in barbarian map.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Give me a quick second, and now everybody can see it too. So, if you are taking a look at this map, you guys just finished at Beorunna's well. Why is it not poking? Thank you. Pointing. Thank you. You finished right here. And so the best way is to walk up the side of the mountains to continue to the Great Worm Cave. You were also told that Hearthnag would be somewhere in this kind of generalized area.
Well, hopefully we meet Hearthnag soon. I've seen enough.
Find them.
What'd you say, Sly?
We have to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully we'll both be finding each other if all goes well and he's capable.
By the Komori, I owe you a drink.
Wait, for what exactly?
Are you going to question it, or are you just going to take the free drink?
You know what? That is incredibly fair and valid. Sure, whatever you got.
Were you copying my accent there for a second? Anyway.
I don't think so. I
Kenny
don't know.
just went a little posh for a moment.
He
and my
was
brain
stretching.
went, and my brain went, huh?
Or attend the tool man. Anyway, I mean, if you have some... Look, I am not picky with it, I'll be honest. As long as it ain't piss.
I'm not gonna... Now that's concerning.
That is concerning. Has somebody pranked you with piss before? Or have you mistaken it yourself?
Oh no, I've been pranked with it before.
Okay.
He now has to eat through a straw his entire life.
I wouldn't expect less from you.
He's lucky he can still walk.
Okay. As you guys settle down for the evening, is there anything else you would like to do?
Let me look at my list real quick. Do I have that? No, I don't. Okay, nothing.
Okay. You fortunately did a good enough job. Actually, can I get just a general survival check? I'll let anybody make this just to see, like, how well you hid your tracks and where you ended up kind of camping out. Okay. So, with a 21 from Komori, who is kind of like finishing up here, you feel pretty confident that they are not going to be able to follow you. And with that, the night, you sleep in quite a bit, and you take off the next morning, continuing north. Alrighty, we are going to enter into another, based off of the map, it's probably going to be about 8 to 10 days of traveling, depending on weather and everything. I'm going to roll to see if there's a setback up here, weather-wise, but I would love for everybody to roll, once again, their, overall travel checks. So, a little bit of a reminder, everybody picks a d20. The survival will be taken at double value.
Yippee!
Alrighty, hell yeah, you rolled so well.
All right, let's go hunting.
You know what?
It's back.
It's back.
Nice job, Nyx.
Komori's like, got my shit up.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I knew I should have just did athletics.
It's fine.
I'm gonna... You know what? We're just gonna keep... Don't break...
I find bones because bone marrow.
Yeah, don't fix what ain't broken. Oh, I also rolled like ass. Don't worry, Kamari.
That's okay. It was enough still. And we will see what happens with the weather. So, as you guys pack up camp a little bit later the next morning and begin to set out walking through this absolutely beautiful north area, you continue along the side of the mountains towards the location of the Great Worm Cavern. You grow closer to also where Harshnag is known to roam, firmly into the frigid north. Despite it being only the month of Tenebrae, it is the peak of, like, our autumn season here in Ilumelan. The rest of the world would be covered in the fall of colored leaves. The north up here has shorter days now and is fully covered in snow. The days grow colder, and the group bundles up and whips out the snowshoes to travel along the snow, and the nights grow colder and colder still. The group huddling into their tents and using magic and furs and fire to stay warm. You continue along the forge peaks, their height sometimes shielding you from the wind, and other times creating a wind tunnel along the hills. You have not encountered anyone. Pray the creatures that call this wooded area home. Roughly 4 days into your journey, on a very particularly windy day, you begin to hear a commotion up ahead. At first, you think it's just the whistle of the wind, but the noises begin to sound more and more like voices and the clashing of steel and stone interspersed with a burst of magic.
Ooh.
You hear a particularly loud shout that Nyx you recognize as a giant dialect that cuts through. Are you approaching or are you cutting away?
Well, definitely giants over there.
So we need to go deal with them, right?
I mean, do we need to?
We can see it being handled, and I will kind of touch Mippet.
That's Morgan.
Okay.
Hasn't stretched his wings in a while anyway.
Your two familiars take off as you continue to walk closer. Go ahead and roll me perception checks for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then roll a wisdom saving throw for Mippet to try not to attack Morgan.
Oh,
Roll.
Mippet.
And no, that's the wisdom, not a wisdom saving throw.
No, that's wisdom saving throw for Mippet.
No wonder why Morgan rolled like ass on perception. He just got fucking tanked.
Yeah, so Mippet takes off and begins to like circle up above. And she communicates with you that there seems to be a battle up ahead. So you get that much information before Ravasi, a little bit slower, kind of pulls Morgan out, who was very like firmly settled into your cloak and snuggled in, and is grumpy about the cold. And so you like set him off, and he takes off flying through the sky. And to Zyra, it goes from oh, there's a battle up ahead. There's people definitely fighting giants, and then ooh, and then absolutely takes off and is hunting Morgan, and they're like fighting through the sky.
Mippet!
It takes like a good couple of minutes as you guys continue to walk forward. But Mippet eventually does like catch Morgan and flies down with him in her mouth, and he's like flapping around, and then finally like gives up like, this is my fate now. And Mippet like proudly brings it to you, to Zyra, and drops a very alive, totally fine Morgan in your hands.
Thank you for not physically harming him. Can you not attack our friend, Mippet, please? And I just kind of like crouch down as I say it, like squeezing her little kitty cheeks.
I am currently petting the poor Morgan, and I'm going to Zyra. The next time Mippet does that, I am throwing a fireball at it.
She shoots you a look. Can we try this normally first? Don't hurt my cat.
Can we not terrorize my crow?
Mippet is a force of nature, Ravasi. I don't know if you've realized that yet or not.
I'm gonna look over at Mippet. A very weak force of nature.
Mippet flies by and nut taps you as she takes back off into the sky.
Does he pass my 17 AC? Otherwise I will be I won't just let it happen.
Beats it!
Yep.
Aw, you bastard. I'm still free barbsing that. You bitch.
Damn, we're really doing this in enemy territory.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, as Mippet like goes to nut tap you, you manage to like magically push her away a little bit as she takes back off. And just coming.
It is me just singing at her. You bitch.
You begin to see two large fire giants. Steam rising around them from the falling snow, swinging at something covered by hills. You come around the bend and the area opens up into a small valley beneath the cliff face of a large mountain. A huge stone door, about 20 to 30 feet tall, decorates the face of this mountain, closed but very well carved. You see four humanoid figures that are locked in combat with these two fire giants who are obviously bloodied, now that you can see a little bit closer, roughly 300 feet away.
Should we help? They're bloodied, but...
Probably.
Alrighty. What's the range on this? Not close enough.
Are we within 30 feet?
You're
DM?
300 feet away.
Oh. Never mind then.
Let's start moving.
Okay. You take off kind of jogging closer and closer. And as you do, you watch as a figure wrapped in dark robes appears out of nowhere with a rapier and stabs into the shoulder of one fire giant, then disappears and reappears in a flash of dark smoke onto the shoulder of another, stabbing into the eye of the second one before disappearing to a point that you cannot see. You watch as two arrows shoot into the damaged eye of the second giant, a figure barely visible in the snow, and the arrows sink into the eye and a burst of black vines wrap around the head as the giant dies and falls with a huge thud. There's a flurry of fiery spirits that encircle an ankle-height, heavily armored person as a hammer breaks the ankle of the second giant as they begin to tumble backwards. Then you watch a burst of magical energy as a purple-skinned figure with two long white plaits of hair runs up the falling giant, huge black mushrooms growing in her wake, before she slams onto the head and hits the ground, the mouth bursting with more dark mushrooms, as you get within about 100 feet, kind of stunned. And then there's like silence for a moment before the woman on top of the mushrooms stands and goes, "Woohoo!"
I guess they don't need our help.
Indeed.
Well, that was strangely quick.
She turns and kind of notices you and then begins to wave.
Good job!
She hops down. And you actually see the smaller armored figure put a hand out and kind of like catch her hand to like help her down off of the head. And she calls out, "Thanks!" And you guys all kind of like begin to gather closer as these two figures approach you. And then you watch as one disappears and reappears again as the robed figure kind of joins them. They kind of walk forward and you see a drow woman with the two long plaits of white hair, and she's wearing kind of like these dark leathers, almost brownish, and has a couple of, like, mushrooms sprouting on her here and there. You also see a dwarven man who has very darkly colored skin and a black beard, and he is in full plate armor with the symbol of a blazing anvil across the front of it. He's kind of absolutely covered in blood, and holding his hammer over his shoulder. And then you also see a very tall, slender drow man with a very close cropped hair, and he has a little bit of a he's wearing robes that kind of drape around him in blacks and grays, and tucks, like, his rapier, wipes it off and tucks it back into the sheath. And as they approach, the woman goes, "Aunt Lily, is that you?" And, like, runs forward. And she, like, runs directly up to you, Nyx.
Nope.
Okay, no joke. Like, I see now that you're way younger than Aunt Lily would be, but you look just like her picture from before she left,
That's
like,
racist.
60 years ago. What do you mean that's racist?
We don't all look the same.
I'm literally a drow, too.
And I don't think you look like me.
Actually, as you're, like, saying that, you look at her, she looks kind of like you. And facial structure and ear shape. No, like,
That's irrelevant to Nyx.
I'm not joking. Like, your face shape and the way that her ears are shaped and her hair, like, had the same kind of cowlick here, and she, like...
Oh, and I bet she looks like a high elf, but with gray, dark skin.
But... No? What? Yeah, also, she had the hat. The exact same hat in the picture that I saw on my aunt's mantle every time I go visit. And the man kind of chimes in. He tucks his hands into his cloak and goes, "Very few drow wear them because they signify high academic wizard study." And he's, like, a little glaring at you.
Nyx will flip her hair back. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just came in, guns blazing, and, I mean, not gonna lie, you do look very much like my, Aunt Lily, who I know where she is. But I'm Belladonna of House Flotenumbras. It is lovely to make your acquaintance.
Yes, it's very nice to meet you, Belladonna.
We're also over here too.
You're not a drow.
Maybe I am.
She looks at you.
You're not white boy.
You're not.
Yeah, you're kind of not. But, I mean, that's okay. It's still cool. Actually, Ravasi and Tazira, both of you roll me a history check.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
I love being a nerd.
Why did I roll so well? What?
This is hilarious. Okay, so Tazira, you recognize the name Floss Tenumbras. It rings a bell in your head about, like, political stuff up here. Ravasi, you obviously really were paying attention in your classes and maybe, like, got really fascinated by a book. But pretty much what you know is House, oh, hold on, double music. There we go. House Floss Tenumbras is a house of the Chancellor up here. So, Thalor is run by 2 Chancellors and a Council. One Chancellor is located in Kaltern, which is this city up here, and one Chancellor is located in, hold on, totally blanking on the name of that, Therosk, which is the blue dot on the map here. And you know that House Floss Tenumbras is the Chancellor of Kaltern. So essentially, her house she's like the equivalent of a princess if she's part of this house to some extent, or like a lady or a duchess to be a part of this house. So well, they do kind of do chancellors and councils, and there's like a whole bunch of different departments that have heads that meet and like take care of the politics stuff. The leader of the council up here is someone in her house.
Okay. Yeah, kind of recognizing that and, like, kind of getting that, Ravasi, kind of goes from, like, the grumbly, snarky a little bit to, like, you guys have seen the switch at this point. He's in flirt mode. He's in schmooze mode. And he, steps up and he goes, "Pardon my crudeness, I've just been a wee bit weary from our travels," and he's going to bow and offer his hand to her.
Yeah, she'll
To,
put her
like,
hand.
take her hand.
She'll put her hand out.
He'll give it a little kiss. Very polite, very
Okay.
respectful.
She smells like dirt. And
Yeah,
rocks.
he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you all. Oh, you guys obviously have been traveling for a very, very long time. We're like a short 3-hour ride from Calterm if you want to come take a break. Especially, I'm sorry, this is a little forward, but, I don't know your name. And she'll put her hand out to you, Nyx. Did you
Shorty,
say something, Shorty? Yeah, we didn't pick it up.
Oh yeah. I'm Nyx. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too. I think that just because you look so much like Aunt Lily, like, are you from Calterm at all?
No, I am not.
I really, really think that Auntie Hyacinth would love to make your acquaintance. I would love to host you for the evening.
Okay, but only if these fine folk can come.
Oh, absolutely. And she looks around and grins at all of you. Okay, introductions are in order. Excuse us. We were just fighting giants, so we are a little covered in blood. As I said, my name is Belladonna.
Oh, I'm Komori, and don't worry about the blood. That's kind of normal for me, at least.
Cool,
We've
scary, love that.
It's usually everyone else's.
This is true, though sometimes their own. We've also been fighting our fair share of giants around here.
Ooh, we're gonna have to trade stories and tactics. Oh, I know that Jarmik would love to talk tactics with you. Hold on. Let me get all of your names and then I'll introduce my party. Kex, come out! As she, yells. And you are, and she turns to you, Tazira, as you were starting to introduce yourself.
Oh, and Tazira is also nose deep in her book right now in her journal, writing stuff down. I'm Tazira. My notes are gonna be so confusing.
Cool, great. You introduced yourself as Ravasi, right? Did I get that right?
That is perfectly correct.
Beautiful. So this is, and she gestures and she elbows the drow to the other drow man to step forward. And he goes, I'm Riznid of House Xavier. Nice to meet you. And he kind of glares a little bit. I will drop all of these names for you guys in a quick second.
Thank you, G. Otherwise, I would be butchering them.
And then the the dwarven man steps forward and he goes, and I'm Jarmik of House Brightforge. Ravasi and Tazira, you guys would recognize this immediately. Brightforge is the house of the founder of Therosk. So he is also of a noble house.
Okay.
Tazira's eyes light up, and you all have seen her when she's in interview mode, and she is obviously holding that back.
And as you're holding that back, he steps forward and he kind of elbows Komori and he goes, "Ah, lassie, you got the muscles on you, but not one speck of armor."
I mean, I don't really need it. I just get angry enough.
interesting. I've heard of people doing that, but our house is very forge related, so it's so interesting to see people fight in a very different way than we do. And then
And nothing wrong with that.
to Zyra, you get a prickle out of the corner of your eye, and you kind of like turn around, and you see just standing there next to you is a very small, like 3 foot tall, gray and black kobold that has a patch of white over one of their eyes, that has a bow almost as long as them, and several knives strapped. And
I love him already.
And they just kind of like turn up to you and goes, "I'm Kex."
Hi there, Kex.
Like, just appeared out of nowhere.
Good to see ya.
And Belladonna kind of leans over and goes, "Kex is of House Rook, if that means anything to you."
Does it mean anything?
Probably not.
Okay.
I
I have a quick question.
It sounds familiar, I'll say, with your 23. Yes, quick answer.
My very quick question is where do I sit in the pecking order compared to these guys?
Okay, so...
Because I know my family's significantly more southern, and so, like, there's not going to be as much interaction.
So you probably have never interacted with any of these people, especially knowing your, like, role in your family. So your family serves on the council for the king down there. So honestly, if these people are, like, descendants of the people who you think they are, you're probably even-footed.
Even-footed, okay. Yeah.
Just depending on, like, where they are in the order and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Also, Ravasi just gave his first name for right now.
Yes, I noticed. Okay,
What was the dwarves' name again? Sorry.
What was who?
The dwarves.
That was Jarmic right there.
Jarmic, gotcha. Thank you.
She also put people's names down.
Yep, they're all in Roll20 now. I did not, like, distinguish. So Belladonna is the essentially seems to be the leader, the drow woman. Riznid, there we go, is the drow man. Jarmic is the dwarf, and Kex is the little kobold. Well, it is nice to meet you all. And you guys would notice, Zyra, especially since your passive insight, I think, is pretty high. Belladonna is, like, eyeing up Nyx. Like, cannot take her eyes off of Nyx.
So, when did you last see this Aunt Lily?
Oh, like 60 years ago, long before I was born. Well, a couple years before I was born. What?
Good magic user by the sounds of it, I hear?
Yeah, she was a great magic user. I mean, magic kind of runs in our family pretty naturally. We're also great at studying it. But, like, she really took off of after great-grandma. And so... Yeah, she was pretty good. She was mainly an elemental mage.
Okay.
You know what they say, there's always at least, 7 doppelgangers?
I guess. Okay, well,
A little bit.
Come with me. We have a pretty long ride. It's like 3 hours, but if you've never been to Caltrum, I don't know if you're, like, from this area at all, but if you've never been there, it's phenomenal. An absolutely huge city, all underground. It leads into the Underdark too. It's really cool.
Oh, that is...
Well, I mean, something new every day.
Mm-hmm. I would love a hot bath.
Oh yeah, definitely. We actually have hot springs below our house. So
Oh, you are amazing.
Hot springs?
yeah.
Oh, Komori? Kimura, you are about to have a spiritual experience.
Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah, and they're private too, so they're like just our house, you know? So, and there's plenty of room. You will not have to sleep at an inn. I'm totally willing to host.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Belladonna, so much.
Of course. Okay, come on. And she kind of like leads you all up to the huge iron double doors. And you notice that you kind of, now that you're a little bit closer and there's not giants, and you actually watch as Belladonna is leading you up, you watch Kex kind of disappear for a moment. And after a second, you see them like chugging some huge thing out of the giant's bag. And Jarmik like walks over and picks up what looks to be like a big spear tip over his shoulder and like tucks it into a bag at his side. So it seems like Kex just went and loot goblined everything.
Hell yeah.
But Bella taps the seal on the huge iron double doors, and you see that it is carved with a flame surrounding a dark rose, which I think most of you, except for maybe Komori, would know to be the symbol of Kalterm. The flame pattern fills in the space between the carved outline of thorns and vines around the outside of the doors, and they swing inward into a large, open, very ancient cavern. And Bella kind of like chirps out, if you ever need to leave through some of these doors, you just press your hand right here, and she like points at the center of the rose. It's just magically sealed, so like a creature can't pass in or out, which is really bad for the Underdark ecosystem, as I'm sure you know. But we have roughly a 3-hour ride to Kalturn. And
Fair enough.
Wonderful.
As you kind of step into the dark space, you see that pillars outline the outside of this huge room with a large chandelier that lights with dark purple magical lights. I totally just lost my space. It's gone. It's lost to the abyss. Okay, I found it. The chandelier that lights with dark purple magical lights. As your eyes begin to adjust into the underground as the door seals behind you. On the floor is carved the same insignia. And to the right of the room, you see a large gondola-like structure that is suspended from this thick track. Roughly 15 feet long and rectangle. It seems to be made of these like half walls with an open gate to board. The ceiling is connected of this like kind of gondola room is connected with pillars that have intricate designs on it and structures that keep it suspended to the track above. There are similar vines and thorns all carved in the outside, though it seems that some of the lined up gondolas behind it are carved with different decorations. The group boards as you kind of take it in and settle themselves on the benches as a small purple like brazier in the center magically lights, and several lanterns do as well. It seems that all the light down here is kind of more purple tone, dark tone to help with light sensitivity. But
Nice.
would you guys like to board?
Hell yeah, I want a board.
Okay, so you guys all board and can kind of settle into the benches too, and you watch as Jarmik, the dwarf, kind of steps forward and locks the doors, and he fiddles with some controls at the control system. The gondola lurches and begins to move forward, swinging slightly as it departs this landing station, and swings right following a track. You see this cavern open up before you. The track is suspended on pillars throughout that keep you moving, and you see that there's another track to the left that presumably like arrives at the station. Your gondola begins to pick up speed, going quite fast. Faster than a horse could run. To Zyra, it actually reminds you of the time that Felgolis, one of the larger dragons that you met at Tobias's, he gave you a quick ride through the clouds, and he like could book it.
Oh.
The cavern quickly closes into a tunnel, with the purple glowing lanterns swinging as the stones whip by. Is there any conversation that you wish to have? Anything that you wish to do? The group of 4 seems to be like essentially taking a short rest here. So they're like wrapping up some wounds. You actually watch as Jarmik like claps a hand on Belladonna's shoulder, and you see magic like around her as she's healed quite a bit, and she like grins up at him, and then he like kneels down and begins to wrap he like begins to kind of wrap Riznid's like ankle just a little bit.
I just at some point want to like very quietly ask Nick, "You all right?"
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? I've seen plenty of drow.
Because she's being weird about you?
You're all kind of weird about me, so...
Well, I'm weird in a different way, alright? She's
I know
being
you won't
weird.
stop flirting with me, Rivasi.
I can keep doing it. I can up the
Pass.
ante if you really want me to.
Hard pass.
I don't know, I just wanted to check.
Why? Because I look like some lady she's never seen but in photos? What even is a photo?
Oh, I forget that. Have you ever seen a painting? It's like that, but it's,
Magically captured.
Yeah, magically captured. In, like, that moment. It's taken instantaneously. It's quite cool, actually.
Okay, but instead of beautiful piece of art, it's just some random picture taken with no talent? How disappointing.
Yeah, it has its uses. It's supposed to be a bit more of a luxury convenience sort of ordeal.
It's
Don't you rich
illusionist
people...
art.
Wouldn't a rich person prefer a painting that takes talent and time and
not
work?
when they want to be taking the photo.
I see, okay. Well, anyways, no, I am not shaken up because some lady thinks I look like some other lady.
Cool, I just wanted to check. Right then, I'm gonna keep staring off at the gondola. It's very cool.
Okay, go be weird, Rivasi. Nothing usual.
As Ravasi kind of walks off. Oh, what were you saying, Cece?
I haven't said anything yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, Ravasi just kind of gasped in sort of like mock insult.
Perfect. As Ravasi kind of walks off, Belladonna was 110% like waiting for the conversation to end, and then she like slides into Ravasi's spot next to Nyx. Hi!
Yo.
Okay, so you're not from Caltern?
Nope.
Where are you from?
A little here, a little there, but certainly not there.
Okay. It's just like really interesting because you kind of look young. How old are you?
That is a very rude question to ask a lady. What is wrong with you?
I'm 53.
Well, it's very nice of you to say, but that doesn't change your question to rude and imposing.
Okay, well, then I'm sorry.
But 22.
Okay. And for those who don't know, elves age until they hit about, like, good puberty, probably like 18-ish, and then it slows down drastically. So with Nyx at 22, at 54, Belladonna is probably like the human equivalent of like 3 years older than her.
Gotcha.
Maybe like 5, somewhere between 3 to 5. Okay, I'm just curious because if Auntie Lily disappeared like 60 years ago and then you're here and you look almost exactly like her, do you know your parents?
Ma'am, are you claiming me a bastard right now?
I don't know, man.
You are quite rude for someone so old.
I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little eager. I I'm the only one in my age group in our house, you know, that has the pressure of being a part of the house. And part of me hoped that Aunt Lily would come back and, like, have a daughter and everything. And I just, you know.
So what, you think your aunt ran away, had a kid, bastardized it, and is now missing? That's a crazy tale you spun in your head, Belladonna.
You're right. It is. And she, like, puts her head down a little bit.
It's okay, we all learn something every day, and you learned how to not be insane.
Okay, I'm just saying, it's the hat. Like, where did you get the hat?
Oh, that is just unfortunate. We literally just found it in some weird tower.
Tazira's mouth is in a line right now. Let's shit together. And she has two.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Maybe, because, like, only people who are really, really high level wizards have a hat designed like that. I mean, they could be ripping it off kind of in different
Well,
countries.
if you want, you can have it. I certainly am no wizard, and I would hate to disrespect your customs.
Oh, no. We are also firm believers of, you know, if you find magical items that you have earned, right, in your adventuring, which you guys are obviously an adventurers party, then you get to keep them. That's part of your reward, right? It's the same thing when you're digging down below. Whatever you find, you keep, which is why most of the miners are actually, like, adventurers in some right.
Well, very good. I shall wear this hat with honor.
Good. And then she, like, leans forward and she goes, Riznit is jealous. He's been working towards one, like, his whole life.
I know just what to get him for the Yuletime festivals.
Yeah, except for you can't, like, gift it. They have to earn it. So you can't just,
Who's
like...
to tell me what I do with my hat, Belladonna?
Oh, I thought you were, like, getting another one for him. Dang, okay.
Where would I get another one? I can't earn one. I don't have any innate magical ability.
Well, okay. Yeah, I guess. That's a very generous gift to somebody you just met who has been staring at you in jealousy. She, like, raises her voice, and he, like, tucks his head down back into the book that he was, like, looking at.
I just thought he thought I was beautiful. How unfortunate.
Oh, no, he probably thinks that, too. Though, between you and me, the, like, tall blonde elf over there is a little bit more his type.
Ravasi? That's crazy talk. Unless he wants, like, 5 different STDs.
I heard that, and I'm clean.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just
you
one
seen
side of
Paladin?
him is clean.
I actively get checked. I am very safe.
Have you seen a paladin recently?
Yes.
You're all being
Any-
very concerning right now.
Anyone who has to claim their cleanliness is a problem.
You're the one who's questioning it.
And someone who is truly clean wouldn't have cared.
I'm just saying I don't have to go see paladins.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess.
I'm glad that you're being safe. But maybe use a lambskin.
I don't... Whatever.
Alrighty. Tazira, you, like, kind of get a little bit of a pinprick off to your side, and you turn and, like, start a little bit as you see the kobold is standing over your shoulder.
Hi, Kex.
What are you writing?
I write notes.
Okay. On.
Everything.
Interesting.
Yes. I like to make sure my mind is about itself and that I have all my facts straight.
That's fair. I like to make sure I have all of my shinies on me at all times.
We are one and the same then, Kex. These are my shinies. My notes and my information.
Okay. So you're a nerd like Riznid. Got it.
By the way, and I'm going to look at Jarmik. Can I interview you? I can do it later. But I'm working on a dissertation and I really want to interview you.
Ah, Lassie, of course. We have time right now. It's like a 3-hour ride. Come on, let's step over here.
Beautiful.
Kex just like watches you go, standing stock still as you like step over to the side.
And just to make sure that I have my information correct, his family was involved with the founding of Calturn, right?
Kind of. Okay, so what you know is that there was 2 houses that founded Thalor as a whole. One house put down roots in Calturn, and one house put down roots in, I already forgot the name of it, of Therosk. You would know, just because it's a bigger name, that Therosk Brightforge was the one, like, the dwarven family who, like, put down roots in this city, and they built a forge on a semi-dormant volcano. And then the reason why you'd remember it is because the forge peaks were named after his family, and the city was named after him. You know that there's another house in Calturn who is also the other founding family, which Ravasi knows is Belladonna's family, but they also function as the other chancellor.
Gotcha. So hi there. I've already introduced myself. My name is Tazira Flint. I am working on my dissertation, Diplomacy and Divination, and you are a great opportunity to talk to somebody who is directly involved in ripple effects. Beautiful.
Oh gosh. Well, yeah, I mean, my family is directly involved in ripple effects. I personally am not, but I absolutely know a bit about.
I mean, to be fair, you're part of your family, and it seems like you guys are kind of adventuring, so you are a ripple effect.
I guess that's one way to look at it. What do you want to know?
Okay, what drove your family to this area?
Ah, Lassie. So, when the story that I'm told, usually every Yuletide time, is they tell of how Therosk Brightforge came down, as well as, and he kind of like points over at Bella, as well as her great-grandmother, kind of came down, and they agreed to start a country and share the mountain range. Both of them worshipped Thalia, or sorry, I forgot how I pronounce that, Talia. The goddess Talia, who does quite a bit with, she's the goddess of crafting. And so obviously my family likes to craft with their hands and make things that people will be proud of and can protect them. And her family likes to craft with their magic, and view that as a way to craft and to worship. And we set up cities in the areas that had the most access to goods. And from it, we kind of inherited a lot of the land. And it worked out pretty well. I mean, there's a whole offshoot on the island of Thalor that, between you and me, well, my family does a lot of great crafting. Their crafting is to another level. It's druidic, so they, like, literally grow things out of wood. It's phenomenal. And plants.
That is cool.
But they don't participate. The druidic people, well, they do have a seat at the council and participate and care about the good of Thalor. They didn't want to have a chancellor because it didn't appeal to their nature. Many of them identify leaders within their tribes, but they don't have one central leader, if that makes sense. So we just make sure that their view and acknowledgement is carrying equal weight as one of the chancellors.
Oh, that is so smart. I guess this is a personal question for now both of you guys. Is there any pull or any conflict that you guys are seeing as children of people who have a political impact with the work that you're doing right now?
Well,
Do you have to walk on eggshells?
Well, personally, I'm the second son of the emissary here, so I live here, even though my family is located out of Therosk. But my father's one of the emissaries that works on the councils, and my older brother is taking after his footsteps, and he leans in and he goes, I get to build and grow and travel with these amazing people, and it fuels me with so much joy.
Tazira will write that down.
But between you and me, I do hear quite a bit about some of the things happening. They are very, very concerned about the growing giant threat, especially the frost giants to the north have been traveling. There's a great boat that has been traveling along the river. We've managed to keep them away for quite a bit, but we are concerned for especially the sake of the Benate Spirum, the Twin Peaks. Sorry, no, they're not called the Twin Peaks, they're just called the Twin Cities. So on the river there, along Thalor, that kind of bisects that from the island. So we're concerned about frost giant influence there, and we've been seeing a lot of fire giants that are popping up. And he kind of looks at you for a second. You get the sense that he's trying to test the waters. How much information can I give this pure stranger? You're fighting giants, correct?
Yes, we are. And I will actually do the exact same look back. We're gathering items to try and help with the whole threat that's going on.
Oh, good! On a divine quest. I don't know what
Indeed.
god... Go ahead.
Indeed. You see the biggest smile as she's like, somebody gets it.
Yes, whatever god or goddesses you worship, or don't worship, I hope they bless your path. Those who have divine quests are something else. And he kind of grins, and he seems to be a little jealous. Well, if that's the case, we've heard rumors that the fire giants may be trying to access some of the forges. There's been rumors that they're hunting for pieces of something, and a lot of the Underdark has bits of other worlds. To be honest, I did not pay much attention in the classes, but it seems like there's echoes of something from ancient worlds that is faded through into Ilumelan, and the Underdark is riddled with them. And so we are concerned about fire giant influence in the area, and we've seen a lot of activity, even though it doesn't seem like they have many main bases up here.
If you need information in order to know what to protect, it seems that the pieces of what they're looking for, at least because we've seen this as well, actually, are made of mithril. So if you're finding a lot of in places, that's where they're probably going to go for.
Interesting. Okay, I will pass that information on with your blessing, if that's okay.
Of course, absolutely. Whatever keeps you guys safe.
He also kind of leans forward a little bit more, and he goes, between you and me, Belladonna very much does not want to be a part of her house and her house politics. And I know that a lot of it's being forced upon her because she's, other than her aunt running it now, is the only active heir. But there's been talks of, if she doesn't want to be a part of it, of passing things down into another way, you know?
I gotcha. I I guess my other question is, when you're dealing with this giant threat, is there anything... One moment, let me make sure that I'm looking at stuff correctly. As I'm looking back. Has Rosewick or Simona City been of any help? Do they know? Would you be... Because this is going to keep spreading, at least until we get it fixed.
Supposedly, I mean, we're very active in trade with both Rosewick and Simona City. We've gotten quite a bit of information. Rosewick seems to be struggling with lots of threats of hill giants and stone giants off to the west. Simona City doesn't seem to have threats of giants, but they do often offer to assist in any way possible if they need to send guilds to help bolster. I mean, we do have several active guilds in the city.
I would recommend, if you guys need sending a letter, it might be useful. And I will just kind of give them a smile. I guess otherwise, oh Lord, you've been a wealth of information already on multiple topics. Has there been any way that your family has felt that Valor has been failed?
By who?
By either its own people or the outside world.
I guess that's a matter of perspective. Part of it is, in order to be failed, you have to have had expectations. And, well, I'm sure that my family and my house has had expectations of people. I personally just hope that people do their best. And I can't fault them if their best does not meet my expectations. But that's kind of a personal calling, and why my older brother says that I'm no good for politics.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of that is entirely involved with placing blame.
Yeah.
It's not fun business.
No.
Well, thank you very much, Sharmik. If I think of any other questions, I'll let you know.
Absolutely. And even after this, you are welcome to send me messages at any point.
You just see the eyes light up.
And I do have the ability to cast a spell that contacts at long ranges, so I might check in with you here and there.
You have sending?
Of course.
I'm gonna learn that soon. I haven't gotten it under my belt yet.
I'm sure that you will be there in no time. And he, like, pats a hand on your shoulder. He just radiates warmth.
Just a chill dude.
What a dad.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, he's definitely younger for a dwarf. Like, late 20s, maybe early 30s in terms of our lives, human lives. But he's kind of the dad figure.
Alrighty. Beautiful.
Okay. Is there any other moments that you wish to have on this 3-hour ride?
Ravasi is merely enjoying, like, looking off to the side.
At one point, you do feel, you don't feel, but, like, you hear Belladonna go, Cax, and then you feel, something getting pressed into your hand, and Cax putting their hand down guiltily. They tried, 110% tried to steal, like, a pretty stone off of your clothes.
You could just have it if you asked.
Can I have it?
Sure.
They, like, gasp.
I also have, he, like, digs through his pack, for a moment, and he goes, how this would do. And he pulls out it's a little dented from the travels, but a very beautiful tin crown, and it's got these beautiful, like, quote-unquote gemstones. Now, they are just cut glass, but they are quite shiny, and I think it'd fit your head quite nice if you worked out the dent.
She, like, takes it and dashes over to Jarmik and just holds it up to him, and he, like, smiles down softly and pulls a second hammer out of his belt and, like, takes 2 swings at it, and then he casts a spell on it and it just glimmers. And then she, like, takes it and puts it on her head and, like, runs back up to you and grins.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. I'm going to treasure it forever. And then they, like, go and sit down on the bench and, like, are just grinning. And it's kind of unnerving because, you know, kobold, so huge, like, dragon-like teeth.
Mm-hmm. Put grinning on the bingo card.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
Let my NPCs be happy.
No.
Okay.
I appreciate the grinning specifically.
Thanks. Thank you. You continue to travel for several hours, chatting and watching the trip go by as you fly through tunnels and huge open caverns. There's a section that's filled with phosphorus mushrooms growing, blues and greens. Jarmik almost has to, like, hold Belladonna from, like, leaping off. And there even seems to be, like, this huge lake system. There are several turn-offs off this main line. You do notice, like, several tracks leading, and often there's a second track kind of paralleling this one. Just as you're about to hit the 3-hour mark, Jarmik does kind of stand up and slows down the gondola and kind of points out a turn-off that you see lands at this rather large dock that is completely empty. There's large iron doors that fill this cavern wall, carved with an interesting geometric design that's made of sharp angles and squares. And he kind of just goes, that's the Majira Forge. It's actually why Kalterm was built here. It's an ancient forge that was either created before we began the city, or some scholars speculate that it's actually an echo from the ancient world. Legend says that the essence of Majira, the Dawn Titan, is trapped there, powering the forge. My great-uncle, Theros Brightforge, built a sister forge here that in our city, that harnesses the power of a volcano for the city of Therosk. If you want, I can give you a tour of Majira tomorrow morning. It's absolutely fascinating to see the architecture of what is rumored to be off-world.
Tazira's about to have a nerdgasm.
We could stop on your way out of town if you would like. I'm not sure what your timetable is.
I'm gonna look to Nyx. Nyx, can we take a look? Please.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah!
He grins and kind of speeds up the gondola. And after about 15 more minutes or so, Tazira, you would probably get the sense that you guys traveled, like, what would have taken maybe in 3 hours, like, 3 days on foot. That's how fast you were moving.
Jeez.
And also through the underground, like, moving pretty chill, like, in a straight line and not impeded or having to, like, walk around shit. Like, they just straight up tunneled. So...
Good.
But you land at what seems to be this bustling station. It is glowing with light. There's people moving. You see several other docks and tracks, as well as kind of a couple of elevator systems that go further down. You all kind of land, and a gentleman kind of greets you and sets out a, what are they called? The things to span the gap. A ramp. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I was really struggling with that.
did not know what you were trying to go for, so I was like, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So he puts down a little ramp to kind of span the gap between the gondola and the dock and helps you down. Belladonna greets some of them by name as you walk past this bustling station to a staircase that leads upwards. The stairs curve and open up into what appears to be this large balcony, and you get your first look at Calterm. It is a huge mountain, and all up the inside of the mountain are these balconies and houses that continue to build, and buildings that like go up and up and up. There's no light in here other than what is magically lit. You see these similar purple lights as well as some glowing yellow light here and there. Levels upon levels of walkways and buildings climb up and down the center of this huge bustling city. You see cords with floating gondolas that span the open center at various angles. A gaping abyss below that disappears into darkness as the levels continue downward. The people bustle around you in this huge station kind of landing. You see drow and Duragar and dwarves and kobolds that kind of make up the majority of the people here, but there is a good variety of other races as well. The area is lit by this colored lighting, but you see also yells for shops and inns and restaurants. This is kind of like a general travel area. Belladonna turns to you and throws her arms out and goes, "Welcome to Calterm."
This is so pretty.
Yeah, this is Sly saying this. This is so fucking cool.
Thank you.
This is one of my favorite, like, fantasy-esque kinds of places ever. They're so cool.
Me too. I've had one in a world before.
Yeah, no, definitely heaping the praises of, like, it's gorgeous here, and that's some beautiful gondolas, yada, 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 right?
Mhm.
But, like, sincere, because it is, like, sincere.
Would you like to ride one?
Yes.
All right, come this way. You walk for a bit. She like stops for a moment and like buys you these little kind of hand pastries. And as you bite into them, it is just rich with umami, and you kind of see like this dark glowing mushroom inside. So it's like a pastry filled with like phosphorus mushrooms.
Hell yeah, brother.
And she's like, "These are my favorite." And she kind of like passes out some food snacks and leads you a little bit way to another kind of small station where she passes over some money, and you guys all hop on this floating gondola that spans over the length of Calterm. And as you look, you can kind of see that there seems to be like, it's not super organized, but there seems to be some sort of district, so you're kind of coming from an area that has a lot of shops and stores and differing things like that. You also see different areas that are houses and seem to be more residential. There's lots of gardens. She kind of points out an area as you go by, and she goes, just so you know, the House Xavier, so Riznid's house, is the education department, and if you look over there, you can see the gigantic college that they have been working on. They're completely renovating it. It is absolutely beautiful. But they also run the education department and all of the schools that are required when people are growing up throughout Calterm.
Okay, Riznid. Very important question to me.
Yes.
How's the books for molding down here with the humidity?
Actually, it's rather fascinating. What they did is when they developed the printing press down here that does a lot of the development of books, they added an additional wax over the paper. So the books that are developed down here are developed specifically to be warded against molding, but books that come from not Kalterm and who are made of traditional paper, we typically, before we put them in schools, and a lot of places before they sell them, will take them to, there's several mages who will spell them specifically. So they are actually paper, they're just spelled against molding.
Oh my gosh, you guys just naturally use archival. Oh, I love that you guys use archival techniques. That's beautiful.
He, like, grins at you. It's pretty fascinating.
So
But our city values a lot of, it is, for lack of a better term, I don't know how better to say this, but many people who colonized here, and a lot of them actually remember it because we have several races that have longevity here, but many of them worship Taela, the innovative goddess of creations and inventions, and she cares immensely about continuing to grow and preserve creativity and passion, and so it is built into our existence.
Yeah. Check that off your bingo cards, folks.
Lore drop. There's been
Lore
several.
drop.
There's been several lore drops today.
Oh no, I was talking about the aggressive typing.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's like she is just pages, mage hand to help her write faster.
he kind of like takes notes on how you write with your mage hand and asks about the adjustments to the mage hand spell that you use, and you, like, during this gondola ride, do teach him how to do that. It takes you like 30 seconds. So as you land in kind of a higher up district, Belladonna goes, I would love to give you a tour after dinner. Lunch? She looks at her, like, kind of wrist and then realizes she does not have a timekeeper, and then she just leans over and grabs a chain off of Riznid and, like, pulls out a timekeeper off of him. We can arrange, like, an early dinner. We kind of missed lunch. But I'm going to let my aunt know we're going to have a very fun family dinner. We'll get settled in, and then afterwards I will take you out for a night on the town. And she, like, grins.
Sounds wonderful. Your hospitality is most kind.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you guys seem pretty cool. And she, like, looks at Nyx again, like, a quick glance. And, I mean, obviously you're fighting giants and helping with all of this. And then she, like, glances at Nyx again. And I think it would be great to personally thank you. I mean, we ran into you, after all.
I think technically we ran into you, but yes.
I suppose so. And I mean, to be honest with you, not to freak you out at all, but, like, my family's a lot of really great mages, so if you guys end up sucking and are horrible people, like, it won't be too big of a problem to subdue you and throw you in jail. And she, like, grins.
I'm a loyal follower of Simona, and I promise I will bring no harm upon you or any innocent person.
Is that the first time you've, like, said that in front of the party?
Yeah. I mean, I've mentioned her name a bunch.
Mm.
Oh,
go ahead.
Rafasi out here like, yep, those were words.
I mean, I feel like you would know that there is a goddess named Simona.
Yeah, but, like, he's one of those, like, yeah, the gods are all there, but, like, I don't really practice, kind of people.
Simona is the largest goddess, and she has the largest religion. There's literally a whole country that worships her. Although Thalia theoretically worships, all of them almost worship Talia.
What is it? It's the, yes, very important. Much important. Such wow.
Fair. But anyway, as I was saying, Bella like grins at you and goes, "I'm sure you guys are fine. You guys don't give me a bad vibe, and I'm very good at checking bad vibes. Come on, come on, come on." And she like looks at the group as they all kind of like stand in this square, and she goes, "We'll meet you at the usual in a couple of hours." And they all kind of like nod, and Riznig goes, "Just send a bird." And they like all like salute and kind of split off. And Belladonna leads you. You notice now that you're in what could only be described as a rich neighborhood. So there are houses, and many of them are very large and built. Like, you can't go very far back. It's a walkway and beautiful like gardens and balconies, and then there's houses that are built into the wall. So every level, you saw a couple levels that may have a few layers back away from the center, but most levels just have 1 or 2 layers back from the center, and this one for sure only has 1 layer back. These are huge houses. Some of them have quite a bit of like property around with some fences, and they all seem to be built into the wall. And Belladonna kind of points out as you guys are walking, and she says, actually some of these like extend pretty far back into the wall, which is really interesting. This level had a lot of natural cave systems, and so when we were excavating and building the city, so I'm told, they built a lot of the bigger houses here. And so there's also another level about 4 levels down that had that too, which is where they put a lot of the government buildings. And so a lot of the government officials kind of live in this area because they, you know, have a little bit of money, and needed to be close to the government buildings. And as you guys know, people with longevity tend to take a lot more time on architectural projects, and a lot of people here view architecture as an art and a way to show their craft. And as you're like kind of looking around, this is the equivalent of like Art Deco. There is huge pillars. It's very geometric. Everything is carved and beautiful. There's stained glass everywhere. It is stunning. There's statues and like various things around. And like even in the normal architecture that you kind of walked across before this, like things are very well put together and well designed. But if you come with me, and she like walks you guys a little bit further down, we are just a little bit further down here, and you guys see a huge, building, a huge house that does have a gate in front of it, and you see that there is the symbol of Calterm itself without the flames. So the same rose carving is there, and it says House, Flostinabris in a very beautiful carving right across the gate. And she kind of like taps on it for a second, and you watch as a magical like recognition happens, and then the gate swings open, and there's grounds that are covered in various vegetation that is magically kept alive underground. You see several things that wouldn't normally grow under here without sunlight, but there are like glowing balls and orbs throughout these gardens that seem to be giving these plants what they need in order to continue to grow down here. And it's this stunning walkway and gardens full of these like twinkling fairy lights. As you walk up to this house, there's a huge fountain, and she kind of like leans forward and she goes, I know it's a little ostentatious, but like I think the gardens are so cool. But just a little bit of a heads up, if you didn't already know, this house is one of the head houses on the council, so we're kind of pretty politically involved and famous, is a good way to put it. But you are so welcome to stay here, and they're not going to, you know, my family's not going to like judge you for who you are or where you come from or anything.
Well, we promise not to badmouth your family or start doing violent jigs drunk on your table or some shit.
Oh, no, the violent jigs drunk on the table is for when we go out later. If that's your thing, you are absolutely not required to drink to hang out. Okay. That being said, don't get too shocked. And the doors kind of like open, and immediately there's a kind of half-elven gentleman there, and he goes, "Welcome, Lady Belladonna. It's lovely to see you again." And she goes, "Hey, Alfred, how are you doing?" And he like nods, and he goes, "Oh, I see you brought guests. If you give me 15 minutes, I can make sure that we have rooms ready for them. If you want to take them in the parlor, I will send over Sarah Jane with some refreshments. Would you like me to let your aunt know?" And she goes, "Yes, please, that would be great." And you guys get like ushered off to this parlor that has like this beautiful chess table with each piece being this carved like stone made of, actually it's mithril, which is really like probably very expensive and very hard to carve. There's books everywhere, stunning works of art. Everything is intricately carved, and there's beautiful wallpaper. There's like this really pretty floral design in gold that sparkles off of the kind of purpley lighting that's through this area. And after a couple of minutes, Belladonna kind of like walks over and she goes, "Looks like they have some bar drinks laid out. Ooh, and she made fresh lemonade today, and there's a hibiscus tea, if anybody wants anything." And she starts like getting you guys refreshments that you would want. And after a couple of minutes, there's some appetizers that are brought in, some like different pastries, as well as like some like a cheese tray gets placed down in the center.
Ooh, cheese tray.
There's always cheese trays, it's me. And after...
Sorry, it's too late at night for you to make me so hungry.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I am. I'm sorry, and I'm also hungry. I might break into the Gouda after this.
No.
Ooh, I also have fancy Gouda.
We have very fancy Gouda. And
No, we're going to bed after this.
but after
Cheese.
we're bringing cheese to bed.
Hey, you gotta spice up your bed somehow.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Anyway.
Something, make it cheesy, it'll go down easy. Something.
See, oh my god. Anyways, okay. So as you guys are enjoying your appetizers, getting drinks, Belladonna herself like pours this very kind of expensive looking amber liquid into a low ball over a piece of ice, and like adds some like little dropper essence, and she's essentially making an old-fashioned for herself. And she'll crack open some wine for you, Ravasi, if you want it, or if you want a different cocktail.
Wine's fine.
Yeah, she cracks open.
People see this man and clock him as a dry wine man.
Yep, very much so. And after a couple of minutes, a woman walks in. She's wearing kind of like a long pencil, like mermaid style skirt. So it's like pencil style, and then it flares out at the end to kind of like the middle of her shins. She has very clicky clacky heels on, and is wearing like a blazer style shirt with a huge like flouncy kind of top up to her neck that kind of like peeks through, and a blue tones that really complements her purple skin. She has very elongated ears, and she looks to be quite a bit older than Belladonna, and her hair is wrapped up in like a kind of white gray shade, and it's wrapped up with, you see just like little bits of purple tips into this like French twist style. And she walks in, and Belladonna goes, "Oh, there you are, Auntie Hyacinth. I brought home visitors." And And the woman kind of looks at you all, and she seems to be like holding a couple of books, and the books immediately drop to the ground. And she looks at you all, but especially has her eyes on Nyx, and goes, Enathera, is that you? And
Absolutely not.
that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh,
Lovely little cliffhanger there.
Love it.
Alrighty. If you're with us on Twitch, stick around. We'll be catching up afterwards and touching base with you and chatting for a moment. If you are with us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you enjoyed, and we will catch you all in the next session. Goodbye.